January 21st to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Calling the roll, Mr. Greenspan.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is absent. Mr. Hairston.
Here.
Mr. Gallagher. Mr. Gallagher is absent. Mr. Schron. Mr. Schron is absent. Ms. Brown.
Here.
We have a quorum, and I'd like the record to reflect that Ms. Conwell is in attendance.
Very good, thank you. Has anyone signed in for public comment related to the agenda?
No, Mr. Chair, no one has signed in.
Okay, before us, we have the December 14th minutes. If my colleagues have an opportunity to review, would I entertain a motion to adopt unless there are amendments?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the December 14th, 2015 minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. Before us, we have two matters referred to committee. If the clerk will please read the first item into the record.
Resolution 2016-0017, making an award on requisition number 35240 to Endicott Microfilm Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $524,600.04 for countywide maintenance services on Kodak scanning equipment for the period 3/1/2016 through 2/28/2018.
Very good, thank you. And who on behalf of the administration is speaking on this?
Kathy Gefford of the Fiscal Office. This is a 2-year maintenance agreement with Endicott. It's for 75 of the scanners we have throughout the county. And I am asking if you would waive the second reading of the rules suspended and have this item approved January 26th due to the fact that Kodak provides all the supplies to the vendor because they're all Kodak machines. Kodak was raising their prices effective January 1st. We have them holding this price until January 30th.
Okay. Very good. Any discussion on this item?
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Hairston.
who serviced our equipment before Endicott, or was it the same?
It's been Endicott. We get a state price from a state vendor, and Endicott has always been the low. He comes in lower than the state price.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Miller.
I'll move recommendation for approval with recommendation for second reading suspension.
Second?
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion?
No.
Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. That was shorter than your memo.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
The clerk will please read the next item.
Resolution 2016-0018, making an award on requisition number 35635 to WB Mason Corporation in the amount not to exceed $1,710,000 for general office supplies and related services for various county departments for the period 4/1/2016 through 3/31/2018.
Very good, thank you. And who speaks on behalf of the administration?
Lenora Lockett, Office of Procurement and Diversity. I'm joined by the purchasing manager, Rich Opry, and the buyer, Cheryl Kinzick. They're the ones that did the actual heavy lifting on the procurement process. This was the RFP that was issued October 26, 2015. It closed November 17, 2015. 4 proposals were received. Those proposals were evaluated and scored in accordance with the details detailed in the RFP, and we're recommending an award to the highest scoring vendor, who is WB Mason.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
What were the scoring criteria?
The scoring criteria was customer service, whether they were able to give us a price guarantee for 2 years, the maintenance of a online ordering system with 24-hour access, a toll-free number, whether they can guarantee next day delivery for free. They'll pick up items without charge. They will bill individually to all our index and object codes by department.
So in general, there were overarching categories. First, there was understanding of the project, 10 points. The second category was methodology used for the project, administering the contract. The second was the management plan for the project, which detailed a lot of the items that Cheryl detailed as far as returning items, delivery within a day, itemizing the different index codes that the county had. And experience and qualifications with dealing with a large government entity contract, 15 points. And the largest category was pricing, which was 40 points.
And you said that overall this company scored the highest. Were they also the most favorable on the pricing?
Yes, they
Yes.
And is there any minority participation on this contract?
There is a SBE goal the SBE goal for this item was 10%, and they're using Quality Ribbons and Supplies. However, that firm is a small business enterprise. They're not a minority-owned firm. It is a female-owned firm, a white female-owned, majority-owned firm.
And what percentage is it at?
10%.
10%, okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? What was the previous contract amount?
2.1.
The previous contract was with Office Max, and it was for 2.3 million over 2 years.
And this is 1.7 over
1.7.
2?
Correct.
Okay.
And
Yeah, Mr. Miller?
do you account for the reduction as lower prices or on lower anticipated quantities?
Well, the previous contract was 2.3 million over a 2-year period. When we extended it for 3 months because we did a prior RFP and had to extend it because we did not get responsive proposals, we still had a balance as of January 20th of for that contract of almost $1 million. So with the budget coming up for the current 2-year budget, and looking at the current balances of the previous existing contract, we felt comfortable reducing the budget reducing the budget to the 1.7 for the next 2-year period.
From what you describe, it sounds like you're being conservative and even it sounds comfortable.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Conwell?
Through the chair to Ms. Lockett, there was a discussion on the customer service. Who verifies the customer service?
Well,
Go ahead.
we had a committee of 4. They had to provide, I believe, references
Correct.
in their proposal.
So the county verifies that the customer service, that they got the points for that customer service?
We scored them based on the information they provided, like how many government agencies they're currently working with, other experience of their staff. We asked for a minimum of 5 years customer service experience, so they were rated on all of these criteria.
Okay, and that million that was left over, and this is 1.7, so we only have to put in the 0.7. Is that what you're saying? We have $1 million left over from the previous contract, Office Max?
No, the way the county, the current contract is still viable until March 31st. So we cannot disencumber those funds until that contract expires. We're asking for this contract to be approved so that there's continuity of services. So the 1.7 that we're asking for will be encumbered in accordance with our current policies. And when that occurs and the other contract is decertified, that goes back into the county.
So Office Max will service us until March,
Correct.
and then we'll pick up from March.
From April 1st.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? No. Okay, very good. Then I will go ahead and make a motion to recommend Resolution 2016-0018 to the full council for second reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any miscellaneous business before the committee? Hearing none. Any other public comment?
No, Mr. Chair.
Then we are adjourned. Thank you.
Hey, do I have a minute of your time just to get?